Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading for Monday, November 3 through Sunday, November 9. I have shuffled, I have laid the cards, but I have not looked at them. So once we get through the tarot, we will also pull an astrology card to see what area of life is really being activated this week. Of course, you do have a full moon happening in your sign, so there's a little bit of a spotlight on you. This could particularly highlight relationship of self versus other because you are in your partnership season of Scorpio. It's your opposite season. So when we have oppositions, there's like a mirror that's being held up. It's like sitting across from yourself, sitting across from someone else, having a conversation. So there could be a mirror, there could be something that's illuminated to you about self versus other. But really, I think a little spotlight on you. I hope that this moon brings some completion, brings illumination, and helps you. I don't know. I feel like it feels intense every year. The Taurus full moon is always, for me, the most intense, and there's always like strange energies around it. Not because of Taurus, but just the nature of the season. I think it's more Scorpio because that is the light that is shining on the moon. The moon is just reflecting it back. So to me, I'm hearing the word strength, fortitude, really, really powerful this week. Having strength and fortitude as that Scorpio energy really puts a spotlight on you. Okay, let's see what cards we have. We have the Ten of Spells, the Seeker of Spells. Wow, this card really wanted to come out for you, Taurus, because I saw it as I was shuffling, and here she is. So a lot of fire so far. Looks like you're discovering something that you can harvest. Look, she's about to harvest something. See that little tool, that little sai on her waist? She's like, "Ooh, what's this magic flower? I'm going to." It's like independence. Something about independence, maybe with the fox there, going on a journey by yourself and maybe being rewarded. I feel like you're being rewarded. Of course, this is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, so this flower could potentially be poisonous. Let's see what the third card is. The Four of Visions. Okay, so it's almost like magic is presenting itself to you this week, but you don't see it, or you don't have time to appreciate it or enjoy it, or you feel that way. It's like you're losing interest in something that used to enchant you. I don't think this flower is poison. I feel like it's a reward for this seeker who's gone into the woods like at night, by herself. I mean, this speaks of adventurousness. It speaks of strength to me. It speaks of curiosity and determination. And preparedness. She went to find this, and she has successfully found it. So something that I think it feels like something is reaching an end. Like there's a big harvest. There's a noticeable end. This week might also feel like a confession. Something needs to be, because you're reaching the end of this journey. And how do you reach the end of this journey? Something needs to be alleviated or relieved. And like the way these people are, they look directionless. They look like they've been disappointed. They look like they're jaded, I want to say. Like the journey hasn't worked for them. I'm so sorry if that's blurry. I realize I'm just holding it so close to the camera. It looks like they're jaded or disappointed in the journey so far. Like they're coming from this bright area, but it's almost like, are you beating someone to it? Like if you don't go for this opportunity, someone might beat you to it. I feel like that's the lesson here. Like all these people were looking for this flower, but this person, maybe there's someone who's acting outside of the group, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing in your case, but it feels like someone could be acting outside of the group where they acted alone, and maybe there's some disappointment within the group because there's like an individual who is acting quite individualistically, like they are not respecting the roles or the like the parameters. Like, you go on this trip together. Okay, we've got our itinerary. These are the expectations. These are everyone's responsibilities, like, and things are being delegated. But it kind of feels like someone has snuck out at night, let's say, and like gone to discover something by themselves. So there could, I don't know, there could be something about temptation. There could be something about disappointment, maybe in another person. And I really feel like that moon is illuminating something for you. I also feel like that moon is there's something about purpose. Like, where do I feel purposeful? Or maybe if I've been lacking that feeling of direction or excitement, where can I find that? Because I feel like you're reconnecting with it this week. I feel like that moon is going to simultaneously end the cycle of disappointment, or maybe where you feel like you've been too reliant on another group, or it just has something just hasn't been fulfilling. And maybe this offers you an opportunity to maybe branch out on your own a little bit more. Before we go any further, I do want to just pull an astrology card, because this is a pretty intense reading. Taurus. Okay, we have Venus representing love. And you have the Grand Cross representing a provoker. So yeah, there's personalities who, a Grand Cross is when all of the 4 signs of a particular modality, like the cardinal signs or the fixed signs or all 4 mutable signs, when they're all lit up at the same time, they're all squaring each other, and it creates this phenomenon called a Grand Cross. So you have this like intersection where everyone is at a red light basically, but everyone also wants to move forward. And it's kind of like when, quite literally at a traffic light, when the lights go out or the power goes out, and then people have to govern themselves. And that does add a little bit of chaos, doesn't it? So it feels like there is something that maybe adds a little bit of chaos, or there's maybe personalities that just bring out the worst in each other, or like something feels very tense. Because again, it's like these people want very different things. Now, there could also be something for you where someone comes to you with a confession, like somebody comes to you, they need to get something off their chest. It feels like you are reaching the end of a journey. Again, I do think you'll be rewarded, but it's like there's some maybe disappointment, or maybe even not feeling excited anymore. So look at your rewards, like look at your work versus reward this week. Is it worth it? Is it fulfilling you? Do you still see the beauty around you? Do you see the magic that is available to you? Or are you so consumed by the group, or it feels like your environment is just maybe draining you a little bit, and I think you need some excitement. I feel like you need to be the seeker of spells. I feel like you need this journey. You need this spontaneity, some adventure, some travel, some vision. Like there's a vision that is becoming available to you this week, and I don't think you've seen it or noticed it up to this point. I also think that there could be someone you haven't been talking to who will come through and talk to you. They may have a confession. They need to get something out. They've been carrying something, or you've been carrying this like disappointment, and you're like, man, I don't want to hurt their feelings, so I don't want to tell them how I really feel. But at a certain point, you're really just weighing yourself down, and so you might decide that this is a time to be free of that burden, let it go. If there are different ways to do that. Maybe you let the person know how they made you feel, or maybe you let it go in a metaphysical way, like you do energy work, or you do something creative, because there is something that you've really been carrying. And I don't know if this, maybe it's like, I don't know if this 10 of spells could even just represent aspects of you. Like you feel like you're all these people, and this is something that continually happens to different like eras of yourself, or different versions of yourself, or different times in your life. And the seeker of spells could be someone else who is like someone you look up to, or someone who has this spark, who you like, because that fox is so indicative of courage and curiosity and independence, and like existing in multiple places, successfully existing in multiple places. So there's something about adaptability that is needed to succeed in this space. It just feels like you haven't been able to fully express yourself. So maybe leaning more, I think leaning more into love energy. Like Venus is here and is your ruling planet, so Venus is here with love. And maybe you can be the voice of love, and there's something changing maybe about how you relate to that or what it means for you to give and receive love. Um, so it's like there's a lot about communication and like the group or the self versus other this week. So Taurus, that's been your reading for November 3 through November 9. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you again soon.